Hey folks, this is Matt aka Slash, and welcome back to the VintageBeef Fan Server. I'm just gathering together some supplies for our project today. The new storage room is working out really well. I've split things up into semi-reasonable categories, although these two guys here are sort of miscellaneous. So I don't get an entire box for flint and an entire box for jack-o'-lanterns, but there you have it anyway. And a couple of these are actually still blank. I don't have anything to put in there. I'm thinking one might be ice eventually, because I do like my ice blocks. Got a bunch over here that I'm not sure what to do with, but I'm sure a cause will arise soon. Oh, I also changed this around off camera. It is now using a monostable circuit. Oop, too soon. There we go. Let's take a quick peek behind the scenes. What's happening now is instead of toggling, these sticky pistons used to be back one square, and pushing the button would just toggle whether or not they were pushed out or retracted. Now, is that right? They were back one square, or were they forward? Yeah, I guess they were back one square. Now, they always default back to retracted, but with this being a monostable circuit, which means this repeater powers this block just long enough, or powers this piston here with the block attached to it. It's a sticky piston, and because power goes into this block with a repeater, it also powers this redstone. But as soon as this is powered, the piston pushes it up. So this redstone only actually receives power for one tick. And because these pistons receive a one tick pulse, whenever they push the blocks out, they pull back right away, leaving the blocks in place. So it becomes a flip-flop automatically. And obviously both buttons are hooked into the same wire, so I could just do that. Put some pressure plates in to make the door a little bit easier to deal with. Before we get into our actual building project, let me show you some of the other things that I've been working on off camera. I believe the animal pens you had seen before. This is new, however. This is an automatic chicken cooker. This is a design I saw Zombie Stein using at Spawn, and it's very clever. I don't know if he came up with it or if he got it from somewhere, but down in here we have a whole bunch of chickens walking around on top of hoppers, and these are carpet on top of the hopper to try and prevent them from glitching through. I don't know for sure if that's necessary, but it seems to be necessary. Because I think without the carpet, the chickens have a tendency to glitch through and hit the lava that's in there somehow, and end up getting burnt to a crisp. Because I put about this many chickens in it when I first built it without the carpets, and when I checked on it later, there were maybe 2 or 3 chickens in here. But anyway, they lay eggs, and the eggs go down into this whole setup here with these hoppers. They eventually drain, oh, you just saw it go. They eventually drain into this dispenser. When the dispenser has anything in it, this comparator powers the redstone here, which causes a couple of things to happen. It circles back around to cause this to tick back off, so this then becomes a clock. And on the other end, it powers this block next to the dispenser, which causes the dispenser to actually fire. And I can use this switch to disable the whole system as well by keeping that line powered if I want to. But the baby chickens get dispensed into here. There's a half slab on top of a hopper, which goes into this chest. Baby chickens are just fine on top of the hopper because they're only a half a block tall. but there's a block of lava suspended above it, so whenever they grow up, they hit the lava, sizzle to death, drop their goods back onto the half slab, and hoppers can pick up items that are sitting on top of a half slab, with a half slab in between them. So that all funnels into this chest, and I have automatic chicken and feathers without having to be involved with this system at all. Oop. I don't know if I'm spoiling anything here, hopefully not, but, and I'll double check with Drew, but Drew has begun construction of a platform of his base here. Hey, zombie. Oop. Missed him. And it's looking very cool over there. Check out his videos for more details on that. Here we've got a bit of an arboretum. Let me get a view back here of it. Went for kind of a modern-esque look here with the glass panes that go in stripes and alternate back and forth. I wanted a nice open-air feel to this tree farm, and I think that this does this nicely. Inside, we've got these lowered walkways in between the three types of trees that are in here. We got birch here, oak here. The oak we can place a little bit closer together because the oak can grow this close. You put birch that close together and they won't grow. One of them will grow and the other one will stay a sapling forever. And we got the spruce over here, and then I have just a freestanding jungle tree outside because that's kind of impractical to try and fit inside. The ceiling is stone slabs and glass blocks. And by the way, in case you weren't aware, I have Optifine installed and I have the fancy textures turned on. So that's why it looks like one big solid glass pane instead of individual blocks. But the height of the ceiling is, I believe, 9 blocks up from where I'm standing. And that makes it so that any trees that grow in here, I can axe down from the ground. I don't have to, like, cut it part way and then pillar up and then cut it the rest of the way and then pillar back down, which is really annoying. It causes the trees to grow a bit more slowly, especially the spruce, because the spruce tend towards the super tall. But the convenience is worth it. And like I said, there's a freestanding jungle tree. So, yeah. That's what's been going on off camera. So let's get over here and start on our build project for today. It's time. We've got this great mansion going. We've got the general structure pretty much figured out. We got some detailing on the outside we got to do with the windows and whatnot. But we need to do something about the inside. There's absolutely nothing going on in here. So what I figured I would do is build the rooms out, working at the spacing first, and then divide off that area once it's done. And that's going to be my room creation strategy for here. So I think this chest that's empty and this sort of initial area here that includes that, I think this is going to be kind of a large foyer. And so we're going to leave that alone. This area is going to be mostly empty. I might put some like plants or something in here eventually to spruce it up, but initially there's not really going to be anything here. But what I would like to do over here, I've got my jukebox here on the wall. I've got the different types of records so far up here on the wall. And I dropped an item frame. There it is. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to turn this into kind of a lounge area. So, and the central feature of that, I believe, is going to be a pool table, which I think everybody does a pool table to one extent or the other, but I'm going to give it a try myself as well. And I think we're going to put it right about here. And maybe go like out to here. And the way that I want to do this is like this. So that's the center of the pool table. And we can go like that. And like that. And then we can get some of this. I think 2 sets of those will do the job. And there we are. Now, do we want to go so far as to do... That's not the right angle. We want to go so far as to do this. And put, like, the gutters on the sides. Almost like these are where the pockets would be. That seems like it's gonna be too bulky like that. No, I don't like that. I'm gonna take that back up. Now, the other question is, do I like it like this in there, or do I actually want to do this style where it just comes straight out like that? And no, I don't think I do. I have decided, piece of cake, fast snap decision. So I think that's going to be our pool table. Now, fun little anecdote that I wanted to share with you. Just occurred to me. The basic premise of what we're doing here, where we're putting the pool table in first and then designing the room around it, that is, as legend has it, exactly how my father designed their basement. Or not the basement so much, but like the bottom floor of the house where the rec room was going to be. And my dad wanted a pool table, and so as they're drawing up the plans for the house, he drew in a pool table on the plans, made the, by the dimensions, properly to scale, put it in, and then drew the rest of the basement around that pool table so that he could ensure that he could get one in there. Which I just think that's absolutely hysterical. Let's see, I think we need some stools, which hopefully we can sort of convey stool with that. It looks a little funky, but maybe we'll put a couple over here as well. So you can hop up here and wait your turn. And then, I think at this point we can go ahead and put the walls in. Now, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with the walls. Alright, the walls are a little tricky. We've got 3 spaces here to the wall. Let's go 1, 2, 3. So let's plan on putting the walls here. And I either want to do just the stone walls across like this. That was our spacing here. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'd be like here. So just put in a little bit of a template here of what the size of the room would be. And I like that. I'm trying to decide whether or not I want it... I may want to use that as the reference instead. And I do want it to be a straight shot in like this. So let's go ahead and take that out. This feels like a good room size just standing from here. I might put a little like table over here so that it doesn't feel like the room is off a little bit to the side. Alternatively, I guess I could lengthen the pool table a little bit. We could go take these out and go like this. Boom. And let's get some more of those on there. That's not bad. I like that. Okay, now, I didn't bring up any oak to fill in these gaps up here. I'm trying to decide if I want stone walls or if I want to do spruce wood walls. And I think it's going to feel warmer if I do the spruce. So let me get a bunch of spruce planks going just to start out. Let's see what it looks like when we get some spruce down. The other tricky thing about this, obviously, is going to be the lighting. Each room I'm going to plan to light pretty much as I go. Let's do that so I know where that's supposed to end. Go like this. Go there, and let's go there. Alright, that looks pretty good for the dimensions of the room, and I like the way that that looks, having the wood panel wall on that side versus the stone with the windows on this side. I think I need to go down and get some oak, however, just to get that squared away. By the way, you may notice that I have ender pearls in my inventory in significant quantity. I also have a chest filled with them right here. And that is because Caleb has completed the Ball Dropper version 2.0, which is the Enderman farm here on VBFS. Why did I come down here for? Oak. Let's just grab these slabs. That's probably going to be enough to fill in the holes. Well, let me grab some logs as well, just to be on the safe side. So yeah, it's completed, and so now there's a ready source of ender pearls available, which is really nice because they are my favorite block or item in the game. Not a block. Although I probably would try building with them if you could block them together. That would be an interesting mechanic. What would a block of ender pearls be like in this game? Like, what would that do? I wonder. And do we want to make this kind of spiffy by changing that up? Actually, I'm wondering, does that do anything for us? It's certainly fancier. I like that. We're going to keep that for now and see what that looks like, or see what we think of that later. I also want to have the pool cues here on the wall. So there we are. Pool cues are hanging up. That looks better than the other way. What else? We're going to get some paintings in here, I think, at some point. I did not think to do that ahead of time. We can do that right now, I suppose. Let's just get a set of sticks going, and we'll get ourselves a painting. And we can put that... Maybe we can get... Whoa! Nope, that's not what I want. Can we get a... So that's off center now, or is it? 1, 2, 3... it would actually be centered better here. Oh, the wither! That's an interesting pool hall item. Not sure what the significance of that would be. And let's put the pool cues directly underneath like that. That's not too bad. Oops. Alright, and maybe we need a table or something over here. We could do just something like that for now. And then, oh, nope, not that. Let's do this. For the people that aren't playing, just want to watch. I don't know if I like that. It blends right into the wall, but the problem is if I use these, it'll blend right into the floor. Yeah. So I might need to go get another material for that. Unfortunately, quartz tends to work really well, and I say unfortunately because it's kind of an expensive material, and I really am not keen on using that. if I can get away with it, or if I can get away without it. I've also already got plans for quartz for a bridge slash proper portal exit, another portal exit over there at the river. I think that's gonna do it for this room for now. If you have any suggestions on some ways that I can spruce this up, obviously lighting is going to be an issue. I think that I need to get some lights to hide in these areas here. You know, something like some glowstone lamps and levers underneath. I think would look pretty cool. Hopefully the levers flick the right way, because that would be annoying if they didn't. And I'll off camera, I'll figure out what the lighting situation is to make sure that we don't have any spawns. I'm pretty sure right now we're fine. I'm just gonna put a couple of torches down here just to be on the safe side. But I'm pretty sure that right now we don't have any potential for mob spawning in this room. Well, we got the stools, we got the pool table, we got pool cues, a painting there, we got our tunes in the corner. So I think this is a pretty good room to entertain in. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. Like I said, please give me some suggestions in the comments. I'm actually going away on vacation here shortly. This episode will be coming out while I am away. And so I may not be able to react to your suggestions for quite a few episodes, because I'm going to try and have a little bit of a backlog going of VBFS episodes while I am away, so the content on my channel is uninterrupted. Also hoping to bring a adventure map series to you. My wife Oirlinde and our pal Drew that we've recorded with before on here. We three got together and played an adventure map. We're planning on getting that out. Possibly might already be running by the time you see this video. So make sure you check that out. But until next time, thank you for watching, and have a good one.